Good evening, everyone. It's a West Ham Eyes channel. It's Jas Frankie. New show, live Q&A. It's all about the people in the chat. All you great people that have been following us. The spotlight is on you guys. You're going to run the show. You're going to let us know what you want to ask us, what you want to discuss, and we'll go through each and every comment and sort of, we'll do it together, take turns, and the best of our ability, answer what our opinions are, what your opinions are, and sort of see how the show goes, really. But first of all, Frankie, welcome, sir. How are you?
Very, very well, mate. How are you?
I'm really happy because the actual weather's gone down a lot in terms of temperature. Yeah. Mate, I think it was up. Probably the same for you, mate. I think a couple of days ago we had lightning 2 nights in a row. I was knocked out and my daughter recorded the lightning. I think my cat was running around a bit unhappy, but I like that. I think I look forward to that. A bit of rain, the plants, the garden looks so much healthier now, and obviously with the hose pipe ban, don't have to worry about that. But yeah, we're getting a bit of our Britain back, aren't we? Bit of rain, bit of cloudiness. That's more like it, isn't it, mate?
I like it, mate. Yeah. I'm a big lad, so when it's hot, I sweat and feel uncomfortable. So I like good traditional English weather. I like putting on a good jacket, going to football.
Yes,
I'm quite happy, mate. So I
Frankie,
don't freezing cold, but you know.
I hope it's a barber jacket, my mate. I hope you got a barber jacket.
Barber jacket? Yeah, no. What am I, a farmer?
Official supplies to Her Majesty the Queen, sir.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
But I love winter. Winter, reminds me of a lot of things. Yeah, I like winter. Halloween not yet, but early night.
Be long, mate. It won't be long.
I like winter. I love it. It's kind of it's a lot of fireworks later on for your little one and that kind of thing. And I like it, mate. But it's been a long week since my meltdown, and it kind of West Ham mean a lot to me, mate. They mean a lot to me, and some games get to me. I think it's Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal. I think Arsenal's gonna kill me because I really don't like that club at the moment.
I never used to have a problem with them, mate. I always thought Arsenal was a good old school club back in the 90s, early 2000s. I thought they were a brilliant football club, and I've got a lot of friends who are Arsenal. But of late, they're pushing towards Liverpool hatred, mate. They're getting more and more insufferable, their fans, and they're not the Arsenal of old. They're quite difficult to tolerate these days, I've got to say.
Yeah, but what I'm finding about, especially Tottenham, is a sign of don't know if it's a sign of a good team or not, but they're picking up points when they shouldn't be. So that last-minute equaliser against Chelsea, unlike ours, stayed on. We should have done a bit better. But listen, history is history. Everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone knows mine, and we'll see what the next month brings us, mate. And before we go into the chat, Chelsea didn't hang around, did they, mate? They got rid of what I thought was a half a decent manager, but there we go. Very, very odd. It's largely to do with the owner, I think, trying to put his foot down and do his own things his own way, mate, I think. Any comments on that, mate, quickly? Tuchel, whatever, I don't know.
I mean, again, it is what it is, mate, isn't it? It's hard. It's a results-based business, mate. They spend a lot of money. They expect results. They're a ruthless club, always have been. They demand winning. If they're not winning, then they have a problem. They make a decision. Everyone says, this model of sacking people left, right, and centre has done the club no good. But they've won a few Champions Leagues in recent times, and they're I don't know. For the club that they are, they're not. They like to think they're on the level of like your Man Uniteds and the Liverpools of this world, but they're not. And it's been money that's driven them to get to where they've got to, and they've only ever bought the success that they've had. And ultimately, mate, that's what they have to try and do. They have to try and buy success. And if their manager isn't doing it, then they'll get rid of him and they'll bring in someone else until they find success. So, not surprised. Pretty, expected, to be perfectly honest. And at the end of the day, something weren't quite right, was it? And I know Rory Jennings he is hated by a lot of West Ham for his opinions, and he's not been particularly fair to West Ham in recent times.
I don't know who he is. Who is he?
So he actually done a video for Isla with us one time, and we had we was raising money. He's on the True Geordie. He's now on TalkSport as well.
Is he a West Ham fan? Is he?
No, he's Chelsea. He's Chelsea.
Okay.
But he gets a lot of stick from the Chelsea fans, similar to our club. He didn't want Tuchel. He was asking for him to be sacked. His fan base hated him for that. He tells a lot of things how it is, and his fan base don't like it. He comes into a lot of stick. You know, whether you like him or not, he did do that stream for Isla. I will always appreciate that because he helped to raise money. So he can't be all that bad if he's, you know, someone who can give up his time for a good cause. In fact, he then did a radio show with us not long after on Away Day Radio as well. So a good guy. But, you know, he was ready for Tuchel to go, mate. He was saying, you know, it was time. So, yeah, for me, not a surprise. And that's that, mate. That's that. They will move on.
Yeah. Well, I think they've approached Brighton today at some point. We've been told by some sources. So we'll see if Mr. Potter's got the balls to take the job or not. We'll see what happens with that, mate. I've got my Fulham ticket secured. Nice little friendly club on a Sunday, 2:00. What more do you want, mate? You going to go to the Fulham game?
Yes, I will be, mate. I will be. Yeah.
Time's good, isn't it?
Don't I can't wait for tomorrow, mate. I've put the afternoon off at 1:00 tomorrow afternoon. I'll be getting on that train. I'll be getting up to Stratford.
I'm not going. Yeah,
I'll be about, mate. I love it. And mate, I waited forever for European football. It's what we all strive for. And I think tomorrow's a big game. I think they're a big club. I think they'll bring a few fans. I think they'll be noisy. I understand people's own situations. They can't, you know, have their own reasons for not being able to attend tomorrow. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get there, mate. Yeah.
So in the chat, just be a bit patient. So me and Frankie, got 1 or 2 points to get out of the way. Then it's going to be all about you guys. So yeah, we're not waffling on for no reason. Everton, apparently the goalkeeper's out, mate. Yeah, he's out, and their third goalkeeper's out for a considerable number of weeks, mate. We got them coming up. Wolves are looking at Diego Costa. They're waiting for the permit to arrive. If not, they're going for Ginger Carroll, mate. Any comments on that?
I saw that. Madness. That's the last thing that they need. If that's where Wolves have suddenly got to, from trying to break into the top sort of.
No, that big guy got injured, didn't he, Frankie? The 6'6" we were looking at. Mate, I didn't realise. Yeah, he's out, mate. Yeah. Oh, mate, that's a West Ham kind of thing, isn't it? We passed it to them. That's the way it is, mate. Anything else you want to share before we cracking with the old West Ham channel family, mate? Anything? Any other interesting things you've noticed tomorrow? Any heard anything about the Romanian fans? Are they in London causing havoc at the moment, or what's
no? I haven't seen anything. Obviously, it seemed quite lively at Tottenham, Marseille tonight. There was a lot of a lot of liveliness before the game, and Tottenham fans tweeting out how, you know, it was borderline on a riot and whatever else.
Help! Was saying help?
Yeah, seeing some of the videos, it wasn't that bad. It was handbags, really. It was nothing serious. But
I think they're saying help, Frankie. Please come from the
please come and save us.
Yeah, good. Right, let's get in with the chat. And look at that name. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well again. Yeah, we're kind of coming to the end of the week soon, aren't we, mate? So yeah, Mrs. away in France at the moment, back tonight, but I've Spick and span houses already. Frankie hoovered, polished, mate. All done for her, mate.
Well, I had the cleaners in today, mate. So they've done.
And you kept out their way, didn't you? Because I know last time we had a meeting.
I actually went out, got a bit of lunch, let them come through and do what they had to do, and then I returned after a few hours to a beautiful, spotless house, mate. So yeah, all good.
Excellent. Get that rum. Yeah, rum, mate, rum. Yeah, rummy.
Captain Jas Sparrow, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah. We need to share those in one of the upcoming shows. Yeah, that was really funny. We should get to show. Pass on that one at the moment. Yeah, pass on that. But I hope you're well anyway, Epic. Sorry, hope you're well, mate. There we go. Straight away. No way, rubbish. Alex, how you doing, Alex, my man? Yeah, because Brendan is due to be going, but nothing. We haven't heard anything. I thought Lampard would be on the way out early, but he's managed to kind of start okay. They should have beaten Liverpool last week, hit the post. So yeah, really, they're doing all right. And Anna looks all right, Frankie. What I saw him first time, he looked all right, mate. And Anna pointing fingers, looking a big boy in the middle against Liverpool, Everton. He looked all right.
Yeah, if I'm totally honest, I haven't seen enough of him to comment at the moment. I saw the first game where he had that mistake and then sort of looked all right after that. But I haven't seen enough of him to comment, really.
Alex, I'm not going to fall for that. I know where you're taking me with this, you naughty boy. Alex, listen, no. I think that manager, I heard that they're not on a good run. He could be sacked tomorrow. Any predictions, Frankie? Because I know it's hard at home. Should be 2-1 win, 3-1, I don't know, something like that.
Against Newcastle?
No, tomorrow, mate, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. I think tomorrow's hard, mate. I'm worried that if we play what people are asking us to play, I've seen a few of the other channels and what they want the lineup to be. I think if we're playing Ashby right back, Downs in the middle, I think they're coming to make a big statement. I think they're going to be very up for it. This is like their cup final to them. They obviously beat us before, back in whenever it was, 98 or whenever it was. And I remember that. I remember us thinking, this is a game for us to brush past and we'll be into the knockout stages proper. And they knocked us out. So I don't think we can be complacent tomorrow. I don't think we can make too many changes. I don't think that we can mess around too much. I think the middle of the park is going to be really important. And I'm concerned that if we make too many changes and mess around with it too much, sticking Ashby at right back, sticking Downs in the middle, I don't think this is the game to do it, mate. I think we could come unstuck. So I hope we go strong side, keep very similar to what we have been, and get this done. But I've got a feeling that they will see that the Premier League points being in the bottom three on Sunday are more important, mate. So I do expect to see some changes. I'm nervous for it, mate.
I'll tell you what I think could happen is one thing I'm very surprised, and it could be due to the away goals rule no longer there, the away goals thing. No one sits back anymore. When last season, I was like, yeah, they're going to come, they're going to stick 10 people behind the ball. I haven't seen many people do that, many teams. Again, that's kind of good for us. What's David Moyes been doing up to now? He's usually starts Kamaka Cornet in Europa. Could that be tomorrow? Obviously, that would be good. It's a fairly strong team. But then for the league, Antonio and Bowen. I'd rather have Bowen tomorrow to get a bit of form back in, that kind of thing. But we'll see what happens, mate. But I think Cornet will definitely start. And Souček, next question, what I'm going to do for me. So let me give you a quick prediction, Alex. Tomorrow, I think 3-2 we win. Somehow 3-2 we win. Newcastle. Are we away, Frankie, Newcastle?
No,
home. Oh, God, Newcastle. I rate that team so much, mate, for some reason.
It's going to be a very hard game, mate. A very, very hard game.
We lose, Newcastle, mate. We lose. Yeah, we lose. Sorry, mate. But
I always back us to win, as you know. I will never back us anything other than a West Ham win. But I think Newcastle's a harder game than Tottenham, and I think it's a harder game than Chelsea.
Do you know, it's all about mindset. And again, all right, the management, it's the mindset. You put your strongest team out there, you psych them up, and we can do it. We're at home. But if you're going to, mess about and then, so forth. He's picked up an injury, Ian. He's not playing tomorrow. I'm not sure if the injury is enough for the weekend, but I've just read before going live. I'm not sure if Frankie. Yeah, he's got a knock, Frankie. He's not playing tomorrow.
No, I didn't know that. Well, we've always said that middle of the park could be our downfall. If he is missing for Saturday, then I have massive concerns. For Sunday, I have massive concerns. That would be a big loss.
And before anyone says anything, no, he wasn't out with me yesterday. I didn't do anything to him,
That's Paqueta back to CDM, if that's the case, mate. You know what's happening now.
Yeah, 2 up, 2 down. Evening, sir. Hope you're doing well, mate. No, surely not. Alex, I haven't read anything, really. No. All I read was Conte Conte was having the dig saying we played long ball, but then the article said that Spurs played more long balls than us, mate. I don't know, Frankie, if you agree with that. Conte's having a go at West Ham for playing long ball and that kind of thing, mate.
It's kind of quite a typical opinion, though, isn't it? Do you remember Klopp last year when we beat him 3-2? He said it was old-fashioned football that beat him. A lot of the managers seem to have that opinion of us. The thing is, mate, who am I to know what style of football we play and everything else? I'm not educated enough to give too much of an opinion on that. But if all these managers keep coming out and saying it and saying we're this long ball, old-fashioned, whatever side, then there must be something in it a little bit. So I don't know.
We are obviously, because we're not quite up there in terms of how we're playing. We're definitely not at the moment doing the you see the Man United revival now. My goodness, fast Ajax football, quick, chop, really good. So we're not quite doing that. We are quite slow, lethargic, and got only one or two ways of going forward slowly. But long ball, I wouldn't say it more than any other team, Frank. I don't think more than anyone else. Everyone mixes it up. And these rumours, Alex, seriously, let me know how you thought. I mean, I know he looked like he lost a bit of weight when I saw his photo. Like, I know he's obviously the throat and everything, you're probably not eating much, but typical luck. Frankie, our top boy up front, he missed 2 huge games, didn't he, mate? Spurs and Chelsea. Wow.
Yeah.
Really big games for him to miss, mate. And Josh was asking, you all right, Frankie? You all right, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Hope you're all right too.
I know Frankie loves boxing, and I was listening on my car, Talk Sport, Tyson Fury, top man on the radio, and he has basically asked AJ 2 dates, mate. One is early December, Cardiff. One last week of November, Wembley, mate. He's given him 60-40 split, Frankie. That's really generous. And they're getting a bit cocky, the AJ camp, which I don't think there's any need for that. And again, comments, he wants it on. Let's have it on, innit, mate? Biggest UK fight.
Mate, it's the biggest fight out there, regardless of... Undisputed doesn't have that glory that he used to have. When Lennox Lewis won the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship of the World, it was a big thing. It was massive.
You ever met Frank Bruno?
Have I met? I don't think I have.
Okay.
No, I don't
love
think
to
I
meet
have.
you. I showed the kids what he sounds like on Spotify. He was interviewed by one of our, I'll remember his name in a minute, and they said they started cracking up. They didn't know, I said, yeah, that seems to go, because when he starts laughing,
Yeah.
I go, yeah, seriously.
He's a character, mate. He's a character. It's the really good stories of back in the day with Cass Pennant, wasn't it? When
this is what his podcast. Cass Pennant.
It was good. Yeah. It was very good. Good story, good old school story, and good, old West Ham stories about, I don't know, just how West Ham was one of the first sort of to get rid of that sort of race division that was in football. We was very early to be embracing of, lots of different,
Clyde Best, John Charles.
We were early to the game, which is why I get frustrated when people sort of knock West Ham as a club for not having that sort of. Do you know what I mean? We were really early to the party there with regards to.
Listen, us fans who went to Chelsea. Down. Chelsea's more up and down, and you remember that famous video? Come on the train, mate. That was amazing, mate. That was funny, mate. So that fight quickly again, on or off, or should be on, shouldn't it? Or is it going to back down?
There's a lot still to go. There's a long way to go. It's like I said, the undisputed him and Usyk doesn't mean as much as it used to mean. I don't think it means much to Fury. I don't think Fury cares.
Do you agree, AJ? Do you agree with the camp? AJ say he's the best-selling thing out there, so we're going to.
No, he's not anymore. But he's definitely still a better draw, I think, than Usyk would be. I just feel like, regardless of whether AJ's lost.
Tyson calls him the bodybuilder, doesn't he?
That's what he is. He's a blown-up bodybuilder. I've never liked Joshua from day one. I've never rated him. I've never liked him. I've never supported him. I've never wanted to him a boxing match. He's an engineered, robotic, awful boxer who was never any good, and it is what it is. But I would love to see. I can't have it that we don't ever know who was the main man. Could Joshua do one over Fury? I think Fury dances around him and boxes his head off personally, but. We'll see, mate. I want to see the fight, and I really hope it gets made. But we got a big one coming up before then. Conor Benn, the West Ham boy, he was at the Player Awards this year. Conor Benn in the front row. He's popped up out of nowhere to be a West Ham fan, to be honest with you. I don't remember seeing him years back, but he's a proper West Ham boy. He has the hammers on his shorts, and he's obviously against Eubank is a big fight, that old history and everything else. I'm looking forward to that one too, mate. And that's only just round the corner. So
there's a lot of history. I remember growing up listening to I think Mark Kaler used to fight in the mid-80s, middleweight, lightweight. Because Bethnal Green, mate, a lot of boxing clubs like that way used to hear. But you know, the Crays, they were really good boxers.
Yeah.
They should have been pro, both of them, if they went all the way. Alex, mate, Harry Redknapp can't come to mind, mate. Before he signed Hartson, Kitson, Lomas, Rio came into the team. We were going down, mate. We went out the cup early, mate, that time.
So you loved old Harry, didn't you, mate?
I loved him because of the transfers. Never boring with Harry around, but I did realise he took the mick out the board by.
Didn't he used to do make his own money and all that though? Didn't he used to have a few backhanders and all that, or not?
What I found out, which I was completely shocked about, and it's not a secret, when he was at Portsmouth, when he used to sell a player, he got a cut out of the deal. And I'm like, what? I never understood that. When I heard it, I felt like, and then when I thought about it, I thought, and that. He's very lucky Frankie didn't go to jail for tax evasion. He had such a good lawyer. I don't know how he got away with it. But yeah, he used to take a cut from selling players, mate, depending on the transfer value at Portsmouth. Mandrich, whatever, he's Croatian businessman. Don't want to go there with him, mate. So lucky, mate. Yeah. So
I remember even in his early days as a manager, he had the biggest house you could ever see. Like, he made a lot more money in football than he should. So
you know, when you think about Bobby Moore and average player, innit, mate, and Bournemouth, he is what it is.
I see in the Liverpool game, mate, Napoli have scored a penalty very early on, but they just had another one, but just missed it. So Napoli could have been 2 up in 20 minutes, mate. So.
Liverpool fans by the club were given a warning. Is it a Napoli, this one?
Yeah, I saw it. I did see it. Don't go into the town centre.
Listen, I heard it's the best pizza in the world, or Italy. Napoli is the pizza capital. Pompeii's nearby. I haven't been, but you know, I'm like, I got full of facts in my head. So yeah, nice.
And Sporting trounced Frankfurt 3-0 at Frankfurt, mate. So that's how good Frankfurt were. They've been absolutely battered in their own backyard by Sporting.
Frankfurt. So Alex, I think he was one of them. Alex Ferguson nearly got the sack, mate. I know it's not another club. If he didn't win that 87, 80, I forgot. I think robbing that player, he scored a goal in the FA Cup. He kept his job. It is funny how it happens, mate. The form goes back to December. It's not good. We've bottom 3 at the moment.
Did you see the tweet I put out, mate, with regards to the sort of between the stats between Moyes and Rodgers? That Rodgers has won 4 in 16 and Moyes has won 3 in 16. So Moyes has won less games in the last 16 than Brendan Rodgers has. So, and they're all telling me Brendan Rodgers is a dead man walking. His head's on the chopping board, but nobody's looking at Moyes in the same way. So, you know, you take for that what you will. I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm just saying, you know, Moyes 3 wins in 16. That's not particularly good.
I mean, listen. I'll give you a funny thing how people don't quite know how to read sentences or English grammar. I put a poll out there. I said, Brendan, does anyone want Brendan to take over? I didn't say I want him to, and they all came back at me and said, what? And these are the same people that never wanted David Moyes in the first place. I was the only one that wanted David. The only one.
I remember arguing with you.
The only one. Nicky, and then Don Moore, my good mate, go, Jas, got to call it. I've got to give you fair play. Give me your hand, mate. You're the only one. And I call it. I always said in life, I don't care if you're my brother, my sister. If you're wrong, I'm going to tell you to your face. I don't care, you know. So I backed him, but I know there's a time I could be completely wrong. I'm only bloody normal human being. I think there's time to let go of things. And if you've got
we've been here so many times, haven't we? We're long in the tooth now. We're senior. We've been around the block. You more than me. But sometimes you just get that. You start to feel like something isn't quite going.
It's going down, isn't it?
Slowly. Yeah, and we're kind of on that downward trajectory at the moment, and it's very, very difficult to bounce that around. It's tough, mate. Really, really tough. I hope Napoli have gone 2-0 up now, mate, even though they missed their penalties. So, Liverpool getting proper done. So that, but it's a tough one, isn't it, mate? At the end of the day, it's football's a results-based game, mate. There's so much riding on it, so much money riding on it. It's tough. But Rodgers, people told me there was Mr. Gio told me he would like Brendan Rodgers prior to his time at Leicester and Moyes being involved in the club. He always fancied Rodgers as the West Ham manager. But, mate, I've never, ever rated Brendan Rodgers. I think he's an awful manager. I think he's an awful man manager, an awful character. I think he's got... David Moyes, I think, has got the personality of a cardboard box. But Brendan Rodgers is even worse. I find him insufferable, mate. I can't listen to the man. I can't hear him speak. He's not for me, mate. He's really not my cup of tea.
Yeah, not many other names I know about, mate, but we'll see. The Brendan's got his name as a really, really good coach, apparently. Yeah, really good coach. And
that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes there are people in football who are very good coaches, but they don't work out to be good managers. Who was that one we had? Steve Clarke, wasn't it? Steve Clarke was apparently like, everyone loved him as like the best coach, said he's like the top coach around. You know, they tipped him to be one of the best in football. But
when he's
a very good manager.
When he came to West Ham with Zola, my dad said that he's the best defensive coach in the whole, because with Chelsea, with Mourinho, wasn't it? Yeah. That's it, next to Mourinho. And that's why Arteta, I had my doubts, but hands up, he looks half decent at the moment. Arteta, I mean, all right, we hate him, but are you impressed? What's happening?
Arteta's just got that friend thing that Bilic had. I compare Arteta to Bilic. Arteta's Arsenal, you know, he's brought a bit of that feeling back to the club. He knows what it's all about. He's got a real good vibe going between the youngsters and a good understanding, and they like him as a friend. But I think it's too friendly. And I think when it's too friendly, I think it's very difficult to be the very best. I think it's difficult to win things and push on. I don't think Arsenal will keep their form that they've got now. I think they'll slip away quite quickly.
Not sure, mate. I'm not sure. We'll see, because there's a lot of money still. They'll get loads of money in January again. Mr. Mace, welcome, sir. How are you? Yeah, some of the managers' comments, Mr. Mace, are very disrespectful to the opposition, the fans, and basically rubbish, isn't it, mate? And yeah. How can you clearly say that decision was... I kind of looked at it in the middle as a judge and said Bowen's a bit silly. And what I was saying, Frank, is we are... Yeah, what I kept saying, we're not streetwise. We keep having goals disallowed. Handball, you pull someone...
I have to say, though, I really do agree with everything you've just said there. But when you watch Antonio's goal back and you watch Kerr falling into the net, taking two of the defenders with him and pulling the goalkeeper's shirt into the net as well, Kerr knew exactly what he was doing. He was pulling him out of play, mate. That was the first time I'd seen a real good bit of game management.
I didn't notice that. I'm going to have to watch that.
Watch it back. Kerr knows exactly what he's doing, mate. He takes two defenders with him and pulls the goalkeeper's shirt into the goal. It was brilliant. It was absolutely superb. He done wonderful.
I think Bowen... Well, listen, the game's very quick. I think Bowen could have jumped up. It's very quick. But he looks like that left leg. But it's not enough to hurt him. It's not enough contact to hurt him. And listen, it is what it is, isn't it, mate? And
it is, but one thing I didn't understand was all the West Ham fans on against Zagreb when Chelsea got beat. You know, all the West Ham fans were going, "Oh, beating Zagreb ain't for everyone." Oh, you know, because we beat them obviously last year in the Europa League. All giving it, and I just sat there and thought, "You're all trying to think this is funny." All I think is it makes that Chelsea result we had even worse.
Exactly.
That's how I see it. It just makes it even worse how bad we were. And then that Rory Jennings come out and he's after the podcast. He said, anyone who wants to get at Chelsea and beat us beats us. Well, we didn't. So
I got my fucking head chopped off for that. Yeah. And if Cornet could score 2 goals in 5 minutes, if he'd started the game with the right formation, the right it is what it is. Oh, Costa's got his permit. Okay, let's see how that. Let's see how he does, mate. Let's see how he does. Mark Goldbridge. Yeah. Is what it is, isn't it, mate? Brighton v Palace. There is a strike on the 15th. Yeah, my manager's coming down from Dublin. I told him he's coming on the 4th. So, yeah, train strike on the 15th.
I'm trying to get to the Liam Gallagher concert in Cardiff on that day, mate. And just not happening. £350 return from London to Cardiff on the train. You just can't pay it, mate. It's just ridiculous. And then if you do pay it, there's no guarantee you can get there because the strike. All round a nightmare that's turning out to be.
The only way I can think for you... Are you staying the night? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, stay the Thursday and come back on the Friday.
The only thing for you is grab hold of a family friend and they drive you there and stay. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I could. There's the mega bus, the dodgy mega bus for £12. I could jump on that 4.5 hours on the old megabus. I don't know.
Oh, right. I don't know about that. I have to look into that. Wow. And that is the so-called derby, isn't it, Pete? I never got my head around it. Apparently, all kicked off back in the late 70s, and they've called it a derby ever since. Bit weird. Milner. Grandad Milner, innit, mate? Grandad Milner. Yes. All right, Danny. How you doing, boy? You all right, lad? Good lad. Give me some, in the chat. Give us questions about anything, mate. Yeah, let's see what happens. I think if Chelsea get it's a very different job managing Brighton and clubs like that in Chelsea, isn't it?
Interesting one here, Jas. There was, I don't know if it's still there, but on TalkSport 2 days ago, there was a chat with the agent of Paqueta. So the guy who was involved in doing the deal for Paqueta, he went on TalkSport and they had a real good chat. And mate, it got really heated at one point about how agents are, poison for the sport. And yeah, it was a really interesting listen. And this guy was involved in the Paqueta deal.
Barry Silk was one of them. I don't know. I was reading something.
Barry Silkman was one of them. Yeah, this was the intermediary who was helping Barry Silkman get the deal over the line.
So many of them, isn't it? Yeah.
He was talking about how the club never expected actually to sign Paqueta and never believed that they could actually get that deal over the line. They wanted to go into more detail about Paqueta, and I was really looking forward to hearing about it. But they moved on to this ex-Chelsea player who ex-Liverpool player who they done a deal with. And he basically ruined this poor kid's career. He's now in the 3rd tier of German football or something.
Wow!
But it was a really, really good listen to. It was Saif Ruby, Saifrubie. Rudiger intermediary. Saif Ruby makes a bombshell. Chelsea claims and clashes with Simon Jordan. If anyone hasn't listened to it, definitely recommend it. It's a brilliant listen, mate.
Well, Rudiger said they didn't want to keep him that's what the other team. And what they're saying about Paqueta is that West Ham never thought in their dreams or minds they'll get someone like him. It's only because, like I said, we offered whatever cash we offered more than anyone else, and Leon just had to get rid of him. That's why the agents arrived. They weren't going to go back without selling him. And
Sullivan must have been gutted if he didn't believe he could actually sign him, and then all of a sudden they've asked him for the 50 million and said he's ready to sign for you. He must have choked on his dinner.
Danny, Frankie, this question: Are you? I've not thought of it. Are you not enjoying the type of football we're playing? I'm hearing a bit more of this.
But this is the point, isn't it? You suffer it when you're winning. When we was winning, it wasn't a problem because you're winning football matches. I'm being totally honest now, and I'm always totally straight with what I say, whether people like it or not. I haven't enjoyed watching West Ham for 2 years. I haven't enjoyed it. Have I enjoyed the games? Yes. Have I enjoyed winning more? Yes. Have I enjoyed not looking over my shoulder? Yes. Have I enjoyed the matches and sat there and been entertained by West Ham's football? No. But I was happy to suffer that for 2 years because results were more important for the time being, because we needed stability. We needed to actually not go through relegation battles and have all of that stress and everything else. And we've enjoyed European football out of it. So I don't like the brand of football we play. I find it really boring at times to watch, really boring. But at the end of the day, it's been good for us. So I haven't been able to moan. But there comes a time I couldn't go on like this forever. I couldn't watch this style of football forever. If it meant, 7th in the league finish, never get into a trophy or anything like that, and that was what it brought, I'd soon get fed up with it, mate, to be honest.
Would you compare it with Big Sam's time or not? Because I'm hearing
it's better than Big Sam. It's better than Big Sam. Big Sam was really tough. It's better than that, but it's not loads better than that. It's still very negative. It's not very, but mate, there were times last year where we were scoring quite a few goals. So, but I think it was because we were counter-attacking. People didn't know what we were about. It worked, and now we've been found out a little bit.
The problem is, Frankie, we counter-attack at home. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, mate. Interesting question, Alex. Apparently, You know the name that gives me nightmares, and and Frankie's gonna have a go at me because I know he doesn't like. I love Callum Wilson as a striker, not a human being or anything like that. Anything you want in a striker, that boy is a Porsche 911 when fit. But yeah, he's getting fit, but I'm not sure if he's going. But we never know. He's not apparently fit enough, but one of them two are coming back. Him and that Bruno Gomes, is it one of them?
Yeah.
So they got loads of that. Isaac, yeah, he looks very, very good.
Looks a beast, doesn't he? He does look good.
So yeah, good evening, Derek. How you doing, mate? Hope you put a strong team. Yeah, but I don't want Skamaka starting and Cornet, then they don't start against Newcastle. You see what I mean, Derek? So start a good, strong team within reason, but I want the top boys starting against Newcastle. So does Frankie. We want our best team out there, and we don't want to see how it goes. And then they bring on, the good players after 80 minutes when we're losing, and then we're just not 10 people behind the ball. What sussing? I'm just sick of it now. I've had enough. But let's see what happens, mate. Alex, yeah, hello, Bobby. You're right, mate. Liverpool are losing, Bob, and you hate Liverpool. Hope you're happy about that. Oh, is he? Pie's on the bench, is he? Ooh. I thought he's their captain, wasn't he, Frankie?
Yeah, he's been overweight, and he had a fallout with the manager, which is why he nearly ended up signing for us, didn't he? So
I think that's a fair prediction, Bob. Fury winning in 5. What do you think, Frankie? I don't
know. Fury's not a knockout merchant, is he, mate? I know he's knocked Wilder out, but no, I think Joshua's better than that. I think it will take a bit longer.
A lot of people saying 1-1, mate. A lot of people saying 1-1. Yeah, well, whatever, spark out, whatever. And then Tyson Fury called AJ's last fight a spar, isn't it? He's like, that was weird. I ain't an expert. I'm like, what is... Something wasn't right about that, Frankie. They're just tapping each other for 12. I don't know.
They were, mate. It was weird. It was an unusual fight.
Did you watch it live, all of it? I watched it.
I did. Yeah. So you knew, weren't I?
Yeah. Ajax took Rangers to the 4-0. And they sold so many players, didn't they, mate? Sold so many
Rangers
players.
Are looking in trouble, mate.
Daniela, how you doing? You all right, mate? Hope you're well, Daniela. Yeah, Rangers and them. Big team. Problem with the Stars and Moyes and Rodgers. Drainhole, what a name. How you doing? The problem with the Stars with Moyes and Rodgers, who did they play in that time? The problem.
I'm not quite getting that.
Yeah, put it in again, mate. Put it in again. Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh,
this is the point, mate. You know.
Ifs and buts.
Yeah, ifs and buts. The only thing that ever matters is the result, mate. You got to take the result into your own hands. You do.
I know that in that Payet season, they did bring out the table and we'd been hit the most badly. I was at that Arsenal game I was mentioning, 3-3, where 2 good goals chalked off.
Oh, 3-0 to the Napoli boys.
Wow, eh? This shows you what you were saying, Frankie. Every team, and it doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Even City, you could see if we sat out right against City in the first game, Haaland was like very nervous, but we just sat back and you can't. How long are you going to defend for in this? Because no one's keeping clean sheets, Frankie, in the Premier League. No one, and we can see that by the fantasy bloody football. There's none, mate. So just go out there and then good old West Ham way, like Frankie's saying, win 5-4, 4-3, 3-2. We all go home happy, don't we, mate?
Do you remember the Bradford City one?
They're talking about the other day, mate, and they're talking. They're like, I think they spoke to was it Canio, Stuart Pearce, and. Yeah, I think our goalkeeper was a nightmare that day, wasn't he? Young Bywater. Oh, my God. 3-0, innit? Who's that then, Danny? Is he someone we know? Pep? Not sure. Moyes is still our most. Yeah, what it is, it's quite... it's like, look at it this way, right? It just shows you how poor... we've been since the Premiership came in 92, 93, where we can say Antonio is our highest goal scorer in history. I'm like, bloody hell. I'm looking at, Jeff Hurst and bloody Cotty and people like that. And then we've got, it is true. And it's like, all right, but I haven't won anything. Well, yeah, it is what it is. I'll tell you one interesting question for you, Frankie. I think Sam would have been okay for England. I think he would have been all right, England coach.
Again, mate, I get fed up with having these managers that are there to not cause upset and are there to be politically correct and there to be I don't know, just
Sam wasn't like that. He was direct, wasn't he? Sam was. I don't think he was.
I
Like
don't
that,
know. Was he? Was he? I don't know. I found he was tame. He wouldn't have. I don't think he would have been the character to go and win you a World Cup or a European Cup, mate. I just don't see
it. Alex wants David Moyes to get to Chelsea. If you think, Alex, mate, I'll tell you what though. There's definitely more Moyes out than in. After I looked at a few things, there's definitely far more Moyes out than in. But the famous people around West Ham that we know are the ones that get noticed, the channels, the fan. You know, they're more Moyes in, but they never wanted him in the first place. And the one who wanted him, just honestly saying, I'm not sure now. But it is. Listen, it is all about opinions. It's interesting. Danny. Yep, it is. It's in Peter, mate. Goes back a while, doesn't it, mate? Yeah, striking it. Couple of them, Daniela. Yeah, you have to keep an eye on that. I think there's another 2-3 coming. 15th and the 28th at least. How's Lingard been playing? Have you noticed? I don't know.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Glad he never went anywhere near us, mate. It would have been the worst bit of business we could have done.
Boring.
I agree with that. I do agree. I agree with that comment. I think that the Premiership brand of football is no. When I watch Premier League years, if there's nothing on telly, I love going back to Premier League years, watching a bit of that on the old box and whatever. No one can tell me that football's got better. No one can tell me it's more entertaining. No one can tell me there's more goals. No one can tell me that just any of it. This Klopp and Pep brand of football that they've brought to the Premier League that's supposed to be better and progressive and has been good for football, mate, I'm sorry. The Premier League is nowhere near as exciting as it used to be. Absolutely nowhere near it. And football isn't as exciting as it used to be. And our football definitely isn't exciting as it used to be. I watched the season. You know, the season we had Dean Ashton and we beat Man City in the Cup that year. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, what a goal! What a goal!
What a goal that was, man! See that football we played that year. Eclipses.
I love Pardew. I love chocolate. Pardew. I love him. Great football. A big Ben Yoon fan. I love that team he made from scratch. I loved it. It's really brilliant. Stuart Pearce was the manager in the other dugout, mate, that day. Man City manager. Yeah. Let me just share my screen in a small way for you guys to look at the scores. Have a look at that. So it's 0-0 Madrid Porto, 3-1 Barcelona. I just want to see who scored for Barcelona because so much is going on there.
Lewandowski.
Oh my God, not one but two from the Magic Man.
He's good, mate, isn't he?
Club Bruges 1-0. That's not Vanaken's team. It is Vanaken's team. Club Bruges, just Vanaken he's playing. They're being let. Yeah. That's a weird one, and it got pay rise. Bayern 1-0. Let's see the stats in the Spurs game quickly. What's going on? Oh my God, they're killing them now. Marseille. Well, not killing them, it's a dead game, but they got. How can he have 62 possession? Marseille. One shot on. I think you'll be bored by Conte football as well, mate. He's weird, isn't he?
It ain't for me. It's definitely not for me, mate.
What do you think about the Atletico Madrid monster, the manager there?
I like him. I think he's a character, mate. I think he's a real character. Yeah, I like him. I think he's a winner, mate. And that's the thing. They're the characters that win things. They're a bit mad. They're a bit crazy. They're a bit, against the grain. But to be a genius, you have to be a little bit different, And if you see a manager standing there that you can relate to, that that is just a normal everyday man, they're not winners. Mourinho's a lunatic. He wins things. All the people that win things are a bit of a nutter, mate. That's how it is. And it's he ended up winning the league with them, mate. Nobody could have seen them winning the league, but he won the league with them. He's a fantastic manager and a proper character, mate.
Yeah, he's Roma, I think, at the moment. Good news, I think my Lazio won a couple of weeks ago in that big derby, mate. They won. They've got the Chelsea boy, the old the fag master. Do you remember him? The old Chelsea boy? He couldn't stop smoking. He used to go out of the ground for a fag, the old boy. Do you remember? Forgot his name now. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? All right, mate. We'll never find out, will we? We'll never know. Actually, like Frankie said, they missed a penalty. Napoli could have been 4, mate. Half time.
4, mate. They're getting taken to the sword, mate. Taken to the sword.
Yeah,
I have to say, though, it does look like Napoli are playing a little bit counter-attacking football on them. They haven't had the majority of the possession, but
you know when they go back to Anfield and you never walk alone, and they'll win 5. One of my worst days, I don't know why, is when Barcelona lost that 3-4-0 lead, mate, and that goal when no one's looking from the. Was it fixed? What the hell was going on there, mate? That was weird. Their manager's awful, Barcelona guy. The thing with Brendan, there's a lot worse out there, a lot better than that. It's just, it is what it is, isn't it, mate? Oh, were you at the Bradford game? Were you at the Bradford game? I wasn't there.
I went, yeah. That was my season where I was like every game without foul. That from there for a few years following that, I didn't really miss a game, mate. I went home and away, even like Colchester on the Tuesday night, Chesterfield. I sort of went to every game, mate. No matter when we get relegated, every game when we got relegated. I've got something behind here as well. You know that season where Crystal Palace beat us in the playoff final that year. I've got a frame that my dad's put together for me. He collected all the tickets. I didn't know he still had them. And then he framed them all up for me. And because I'm doing the office at the moment, I'm going to be decorating it all and whatever. He's given me all the tickets all lined up from that season.
Oh, wow.
And also the Cockney Rejects done a gig. I don't know if you remember it, at the East End Working Man's Club.
No.
It went crazy because it was the first time Cockney Rejects had played in ages. They was going crazy on eBay, selling for 500 quid these tickets. And it was like a massive thing. So I went to that, and that's in its own little plaque, separate to the match tickets. It's there, which I'll never forget that. If you go and watch Cockney Rejects 25 years and still rocking, you see me in my aquascutum shirt, full check, thinking I'm all Mr. Hardman, and the camera zooms in on me and I'm really screaming into the camera, giving it the big one. Then all of a sudden they start playing and everyone starts battering each other in the mosh pit and you see me just run and I'm just scared in my face. I'm just petrified and just get out of the way of it all. I went from 17-year-old giving it the big time Charlie to being petrified in the space of about 2 minutes, mate. So it's quite funny to watch.
That was a really weird final to watch. I think Neil Shipley scored, and it's weird, mate. It's weird how they did it. Oh, do you think Simon Jordan was on the other side then? Palace.
Yeah, he was. I'm trying to read his autobiography, Simon Jordan. I find him quite fascinating, mate. But the autobiography starts, the first chapter is about the playoff with West Ham, and I can't bring myself to read it. So I've either got to skip chapter 1 or I've got to bring myself to relive that day, which I was gutted. Absolutely gutted.
Grainhole, hope you're all right. I mean, obviously, yeah. I think the key to David Moyes is he's very good at, obviously, like Sam, rescuing teams at the bottom and sorting them out. But when you get the so-called future superstars in your team, how you go, which Harry used to be great at, he could handle superstars, big personalities, big names. That's the next challenge, Frankie, for Sir Moyes, isn't it? To how you gonna get to the next level? Are you gonna tell Paqueta to play left back at times to cover Cressy? What are you gonna do, mate? Or are you gonna?
No, we've got to let him off the leash, mate. What we can't do is continue with playing him in. But if Souček is missing for the weekend, while Declan Rice will be told to sit, Paqueta will be told he's a box-to-box midfielder, mate. He won't be allowed to stray too far past the halfway line, and that really restricts him from being the player that he needs to be for us. So, dodgy. If
you're really brave, you'll tell Rice to just stay there and do what you're good at. Don't worry about going up front. And then Paqueta, and if you pick Benrahma as well, and then wow, you got. I mean, as West Ham fans will get excited about that.
Well, I'll tell you what everyone will be screaming for, and this is what people will want, but it's a dangerous, dangerous game to play. People will say put Fornals in the middle there. That's what they'll say. People have been asking for that for ages, that if we need to put a different man in the middle, play Fornals. If you look at his tackling success rate, mate, it's a well dodgy one. So I'm not sure 4-0 in the middle will work, but we'll see.
Keith, I hope you're doing well, mate. No, Keith, it's not about a few games, Keith. It's about December. It's about not buying in December, meaning we had such a great chance of getting the Champions League first and perhaps only time in recent modern times, and we totally blew it because the squad was totally knackered, mate. And me and Frankie could see it from November when Oggy went off. So it's all about if amateurs can recognise that we're onto a good thing here, but just add a few, and then you don't do it because you're stubborn, you've got internal politics going on. It's a lot going on, Keith. Yeah, it's not about a couple of games here and there, mate. Yeah, but I hope you're doing well, mate. I think Moyes out dies down. I don't know much about. I mean, my kids are saying he's staying all right and stuff like that. The other thing my kid told me, because sometimes the little ones pick up things, I'm dropping them in the car, and they're like, Dad, like Fofana. They go, when Cornet came on and he destroyed Fofana, you go, the kids are telling me the case all over the place, 80 million.
Mate, the only way Moyes out dies down if he starts winning games. That's the only way. It won't. Nothing else matters. No one's really believing that Potter's the answer, and if we get rid of Moyes, Potter will come in. We're just saying we're getting frustrated with 3 wins in 16 games. 3 wins in 16 games isn't good enough, and that's it. That's why there's Moyes out grumbles, nothing else.
I like what I see at Man United, mate. I like what I see at Man United. He's all right. We'll see. Good, quick football. I remember that team, mate. I remember that team, the Colombian boy with David Ginola and stuff like that. Yeah, great team. Yeah, great team.
Them and Liverpool had a real good couple of games that season, didn't they?
Yeah. Daniela remembers that time 10, 15 years ago.
Is that how long it was? Wow.
It's only a number, isn't it? Jordan, how you doing? You all right, mate? Take care, mate. Take care. Thanks for your support, mate. Cheers. It sounds as though you would like. I need to do some research on managers. That's my weak point. I need to look around. I don't know, Frank. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I need to start searching who's out there, mate.
It's not your job, son.
No, but it's always good to try to find something, see what's going on and all that. But yeah, the Diego was it Simeone. I don't think Conte would be jumping in front of him, mate.
No,
no manager's going to try it with him.
His head off, mate.
No way. You just look at him and say, all right, mate. Yeah, how you doing? No. 1 sugar or 2, mate. AFC Wimbledon on Saturday. Then, you're going to see Wimbledon? Nice. And West Ham on Sunday. Good lad. Yeah, let's see how he does, mate. I mean, he does like to win the ball back, which is good. 99 was a year.
Mr. Mace.
Ciao, Bucharest.
I remember it, mate. I remember it as a young lad. I could only have been, what was I at that age? 12, 13?
He went to Romania, looks like Mr. Mace.
Yeah, of course he would be there, son.
You nutter, mate. Romania. Wow. Loads of them here now, aren't they? Loads. So perhaps, could be support a little bit from here as well. Conte whinging and I heard that today, mate. This is the team that took Christmas off, mate. Arsenal, Tottenham, and good old Moyes. And I remember Frankie going nuts about it. We played Spurs without no striker, and if that was the other way around,
look at this, lads. I've got a Liverpool fan bringing me a tea. Hey.
But if you've got a Napoli fan, he'd get you the cake to go with it.
Lovely, son. Lovely. That is needed, I tell you.
Good lad. Yeah, I remember Frankie sort of freaking out about Spurs and Arsenal took the whole Christmas off, whole winter off. Tottenham deliberately went out the Conference League, fixed all the fixtures up. David Moyes plays Spurs with no striker, gives the game away. Brilliant, mate. Excellent the way the club's run. Brilliant. Hello, Andy. How you doing? Andy, it will be a strong team. I know it will. And David Moyes has not played a really weak team in any cup. But my worry is that the good players who start tomorrow, mate, they're not going to start at Newcastle. That's my worry, mate. Yeah. And Ashby, I don't know how far relationships have broken down with him, but
too far for me, I have to say. And I can't believe everyone wants to shove him straight in there. For me, he wanted to leave. He was trying to force his way out of the club. I'd let him rock, mate. I wouldn't have any time for the kid whatsoever, unfortunately. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, he's done it in the right way and said whatever. I don't know. But for me, I don't like what happened there and don't sit right with me.
Or do you say, "Hey, big balls, you think you're good? Here's the shirt. Let's see what you see, and then we'll see." I don't know. And then if he isn't as good as he thinks he is, and then no one will buy. I don't know. I might do that. I don't know.
It's about mentality, isn't it, mate? And at the end of the day, if he didn't want to be playing for us, why would you trust him for playing in that European game? I really hope we're taking this seriously. I really, really do, mate. Because for me as a fan, I know people are saying this is
we are.
competition,
I think we will be.
and it's a small competition. It probably won't exist in 3 years. And
no.
For me, it means a lot to me tomorrow night, mate. I want to go and win that game.
Well, wait till the teams that drop in from Champions League or Euro. It's going to be. It's good. Listen, it's exciting. Yeah. No. I think we'll be okay. We've won. We've done our up to now. Potter's in talks with Chelsea. Yeah, we'll see what happens, mate. Mark.
I agree. And the problem is with the little mad sort of players, the geniuses of this world and Di Canio's of this world. He fell out with people at Sunderland, not because he weren't a good manager, but because the modern day footballer can't cope with the demands of what a Di Canio expects. Di Canio expects 110% commitment, super hard work rate, over and above what you would normally expect in training. He expects everyone to be the absolute pinnacle, the best that they can be. And modern day footballers are too soft. They've had it too easy. They get too much money too early on. And they're all a bunch of prima donnas. And someone like Di Canio, they throw their toys out their pram because they're not willing to work hard enough. They're not winners.
He wasn't away. He never used to play away games, did he, Frankie? Very well, did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't like an away game. I remember that as a young kid. He didn't like an away game. But the one we needed him on was for that Manchester United one in the FA Cup third round where he done Bartes over. It was a special moment, that one, mate.
And we were struggling that year. We weren't all that. That was weird, that performance out them. And again, history-wise, why do we always draw Man United in every cup every other year, mate?
That happens all the time, and it drives me mad.
Yeah. My son's
Man United or Man City, innit? Just constantly.
I was just standing by the League Cup draw, and I said, if we get through next, we're going to draw Man City away, mate. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
The Canio. Oh, tomorrow, Kieran Rice. Oh, you want Kieran Centre? I know he's a utility player, but that might be pushing it a bit, mate. Yeah, he's utility in the back four, left back, right back.
He can play football, though, mate. The problem with Kera is that he's really struggles with headers, really struggles. So to be a centre half, he struggles with heading. But he's really good with the ball at his feet. So maybe he could play that role, but more defensively, and maybe that will free up Rice to go forward. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is, Drain Hole, is play a good team, but play the players that are not quite in form. So I would start Fornells, I'd start Antonio, I'd start Bowen, that kind of thing. And then I want Skamaka and Cornet starting against Newcastle. That's the way I'm thinking. And yeah, do it that way. And still, if people are out of form like Bowen, it doesn't matter how badly Bowen's playing. He should be all right tomorrow to kick their ass. You know what I mean? Should be fine. That's what I'm thinking. Because if Skamaka and Cornet start tomorrow, alarm bells are ringing for Newcastle, mate.
Let's see if old Kera has played in the middle before. Let's see what it says online.
Could we sue the league if we got? No. It's done.
Yes, he has played there, mate. He has played there.
He's got 20-odd caps for Germany, 2025.
Yeah. He has played there. It's not his most accomplished position, but he's played there as many times as he's played right back, basically. So, yeah, he's played there and he's capable. So,
this is a 4-3 game, isn't it? Drain Hole, Collymore, last minute when the whole camera
brilliant, wasn't it? Collymore run off grabbing his chin like that. It was mental.
Have you heard, like, they figured out that Martin Tyler, is he Man United? They think so because they kept looking at the voices. When they score, it goes a lot higher than, you know, all these things people do. Like, yeah, when United score, he goes nuts. It's weird. Because my son heard Neville in that derby, and he shouldn't be doing that. And in the back, he went nuts, like live at the back. You could hear him. Yeah, not bad, Ryan. How you doing, mate? Yeah, what are we? What day is it today? Friend's Day, isn't it? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday today.
Mate, Wednesday, all day.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's much cooler. I'm much happier now, and I like winter. Like I said, dark evenings are coming slowly. Lightning's back, thunder. Bring it on, mate. Good Good old blighty UK back.
On a good coat, you know, when you go over and you get that mist at the football that's coming through the floodlights, and just that, I love that, mate. A night game in the winter is just brilliant. I love it.
It's like you said, bloody time to get the bloody jeans on, the big boots,
That's
get the
it.
yeah. That'll be wicked. Yeah, I mean that's what it's about. We're not bloody born on an island, are we? Like, you know, it's just too much, mate. Seriously, you go on holiday for that. It's too much for me. It's nuts.
Oh, dear. 4-0. Zelensky again.
Oh, mate. They've not looked clever, have they? Anyway, in the league, mate. They've not looked too clever, mate.
Wow. But they've got a few injuries, mate, and they're so. The biggest club in world football, this mob, or one of, right behind Man United, potentially, whatever. But however you look at it, one of the biggest clubs in world football, won the World Club Championship or whatever you call it, blah, blah, blah.
There's no decent food around the ground, Frankie. No decent food around the ground, mate.
They are massive, Liverpool, right? Massive. They get a couple of injuries in midfield and they think that's a big enough excuse for their bad form. Madness, mate. Absolute madness.
They think, listen, we gave them 5 subs on the bench, which Klopp was crying out about. You give them whatever you want, they're still going to cry all the time. This is an interesting one, Jason. I hope you're doing well. Would you give him end of the year, mate? And because of the brownie points, well, you can see by the proof, though, Jason, Leicester, they're going to get rid of Brendan. He won the Champions League, this Chelsea boy.
Yeah, Liverpool got one back, mate. 4-1.
No, they're not gonna. No, it's too late, mate. I
James
think
Milner.
Bit late for that, I think. But it's like you said, it's only group stage. There'll be long time to recover. So Moisey, would you give him end of the season, mate?
I think he deserves until the end of the season. And I agree with that statement. Actually, the way he's worded that is correct. I think he deserves until the end of the season. However, I think there's times of changing at West Ham. I think there are new people involved at the top who have bigger demands, who, if they're going to spend the sort of money they've spent, are going to expect more and a return for their money. And I think they're going to, be a bit more ruthless. I really do. And I feel if Moyes is not above mid-table at Christmas and we have a bad result, I could see him going earlier than that. But after what he's done the last couple of seasons, he definitely deserves until the end of the season.
Yeah, if like you said, if we still in the bottom 3 in a month's time, it's gonna.
Oh no! If you're in the bottom 3 in a month's time, then that's game over. I'm talking if he's got us back into the top half of the table, mate. If we're still down this end, then he's only got. You need to be out of this in the next 3 or 4 games. That's see you later, mate.
But the other side of it, Jason, is the squad we've got is really good. I mean, there's really good players in the squad. If you're going to use them, there's some great players in our squad. Seriously, easily get out of that. And like Frankie said, get into 10th, 9th week. But if he's going to not change the way he's playing, not change the way he sets up, not change the in-game management, and then Marseille got someone sent off. Brilliant, typical, isn't it, mate? Typical. Yeah, that's the end of that. 48th minute, someone's out. Mbembe, whatever her name is. Yeah. Tottenham, there we go. They're going to win that. Good luck to them. Yeah, not bad, mate. I'm not going tomorrow, mate, though. But yeah, if you are, have a good time. Look after Frankie. Buy him a pack of peanuts if you see him. What? Oh, Frankie's going to answer this question, not me.
Mate, West Ham never been scared of anyone.
Frankie's done some phone calls, mate. The army's ready.
Never scared of anyone, you know that.
Oh, you better answer this one as well, mate. If we lose against Newcastle, which I expect that. I think Newcastle are better than us.
I definitely don't expect it. I'll always back us to win, as I say. I don't care what our form is or what the form suggests. If we had Man City tomorrow, I'd still expect West Ham to win. So I don't expect us, but I think if we lose against Newcastle, I don't see that as a terrible result. Almost, I think
our team and squad
good.
I think we're better than them man for man. If you tally up the whole squad, we've just got that little bit. Don't forget Rice and Bowen; they're worth loads, yeah. But it's the manager. I think he's getting a lot out of him, and he's quite. And his record against West Ham, like Brighton, I think he's won when the teams are there, mate. It's that kind of thing, mate, with Eddie Howe. He knows how to beat West Ham, mate.
And this is the point. Eddie Howe is a very tactically astute manager. I think he will have a game plan for David Moyes. And I think if we play the same old what we've played, then the writing's on the wall. Moyes has to come up with something different against Eddie Howe at the weekend, or otherwise we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, the boys are at the house. There's a daughter now. Look, she's giving me one of my... This is a Johnny Walker blue glass. I got 4 for my 40th birthday. It weighs like a dumbbell.
Does it?
So what it is, you got the Johnny Walker blue bottle, which is about... We got it from Costco. I think otherwise about £150 a bottle. 125. I've never opened it. And then you get 4 crystal glasses. You get the ice box, which is in the bar. I'll show you the picture the other day. And yeah, it's nice. Yeah, you boys are in more of a hurry to get Moisey than me, mate. Yeah, but why would the kids stay when they know? Yeah, it was more about just staying a bit patient for this year. And then, yeah, well, what we're saying to the youngsters is don't go into the room and threaten them with, like, we want adult wages. And when you've seriously been at the club since you're 14 and don't forget the lady in the canteen making your cheese ham sandwiches for you and all that kind of. Only joking, but yeah. This year definitely just get one more year. If you don't get a game, Ashby, then with our blessing, good luck. Yeah,
like you said, mate. Game time is one thing. Wanting the same wages as a full on, Premier League full-time player, squad player, first team squad player is madness. Really, I don't know where these kids are getting it from. It's crazy.
And the other thing is, obviously, in the past, not mentioning kids, but some players have been so classy about looking after their club. They've actually signed a new deal so that the club get more money, Frankie, isn't it? Yeah. When they're going in the year, that's such class.
But this is why I'm a firm believer that I think up until a certain age, I think wages should be capped in football, because I think there's too many times where a big team will come in, pay big money and a big wage for a youngster, but sit them on the bench, let them rot, never give them an opportunity. Their careers are wasted. If they could only earn the same wage, whether they were at Man City or whether they was at West Ham, you've got more chance of keeping on to your youngsters because money can't turn their head. The fact that agents can get involved at the ages of, like 18 years of age and try and convince them to make a money move to another club so that the agent gets a payday, for me, is wrong. Wages should be capped. It allows players to stay at the clubs that they're at. For me, I think that would be good for the game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think I'm not sure how I would feel leaving in that bad way. The parents are often brainwashed by agents who are like estate agents. They're not really no exams to sit. There's no body that looks after that kind of thing, which needs to change. But it is what it is, mate. Yeah. Oh, Victor, sorry, missed your comment, didn't I, mate? We will need to. There's not many excuses for David now. It's an okay squad. It's not bad, because if I go through it, we've got 2 good goalkeepers. If Fabianski didn't go for shopping at M&S on Chelsea, we would have won either way or something like that. We've got, a couple of left backs, haven't we? We got, once Agard and Dawson, we're going to have 4 centre backs. The weak link, like me and Frank, it's a CDM. Downs ain't going to get a game, mate. So we need one more in there.
Even the way Moyes spoke about him tonight in his press conference.
Oh, did he again? What did he say?
Yeah, I don't want to get the words right, mate.
He talks about like crowd. He's treating him like crowd, isn't it, mate? He's treating him like crowd.
It's not ideal, mate. It's not ideal. The way it was worded, and he sort of, and please don't quote me on this because it ain't fair to misquote someone. But
no.
He basically sort of says, I've been looking at him, maybe this is the sort of time to give him a game. But there was no confidence in it. Do you know what I mean? It was almost to say, if I've got to give him a game, I will. This is probably the best chance I've got of giving him one, but I don't really want to. That's how I interpreted it. Maybe people interpret
no. This is what I heard. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
That's how I see it. He really don't fancy the kid, mate. You really don't.
What I heard 2 weeks ago was what I've seen of him. There's a lot of things wrong in his game. He ain't ready, and that's what he said. It was worse than what you heard 2 weeks ago, mate.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to make a guess. I don't think Potter's the right one for. I don't think.
That was his words. He said, "I'm looking at Flynn and thinking this could be a chance to give him a game." That's it, to give him a game, not give him an opportunity, not bigging the kid up, not none of that. This could be a chance to give him a game. I just think it's
really...
again,
we have I think Arteta's all right. When youngsters are coming on, mate, you see a number of times he's hugging them, he's patting them on the back. It means a lot for me. And he's pretty cold towards the only person. He's like Lingard. I thought he was going to run away and marry him. He's the only person he ever showed any emotion to. He don't care about. He didn't even look at crowd, and I don't even think he looked at him. And other players, you don't treat people like that, mate. You don't. You want your players to run through brick walls for you. Because they, that kind of thing.
Oh, Tottenham still ain't had a shot on goal, mate, and they're
going to Harry Kane penalty, 79 minutes, one more after that, and they'll be doing all that in the crowd.
Yeah, you're right.
No, and that one. There we go. I know exactly. I've seen history. I know exactly what club's going to do what. Liverpool get 4-4. Wouldn't be surprised. Again, wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, typical, mate. What's your experience has been, Frankie, going to White Hart Lane, mate? Because I've never been, and I don't think I've bloody...
Yeah, it was all right, mate. It was all right. I used to quite enjoy it. I've got some stories, but they're probably not appropriate.
Give us one. Give us one with a lot of it filtered out. Give us one.
I'll give you my first ever experience of being at White Hart Lane was an evening game, and I can't even remember going back to when it was. But I was young. I must have only been...
Can I stop you there 1 minute? I'm like... They can't have a go at Al Green Street being S-hole. That place is where they that's not
it's
nice.
A dump. It's a proper dump, mate. Proper dump. But I was probably like 13, 14, something like that. And I remember being in the away pub, and then I just remember this geezer standing up on the table.
Where was the pub?
It was on wherever it was, close to the ground. It was walking distance because...
Because I don't think you're allowed. Did they allow West Ham?
There was. And we was in there, and he gets up on the table and he went, right, everyone, West Ham now, we all go together. And he sort of was shouting. He was like, right, we all leave together. We all stand together. And as a 13, 14-year-old looking up at this geezer saying like this, and you're like, oh, all right, okay, let's have a go.
Were you with your man?
Yeah, I was with my dad, yeah. And we come out and we all walk down the road all together, and there was a lot of sort of getting sniped from the sides and all sorts of whatever. But it was an experience, mate, for a young kid. I tell you, it was a very sort of eerie old atmosphere, mate.
The only worry is as a kid, I think, if you're depending on where you're on the ground, you don't want things thrown at you from the top, do you? But I don't want to say it's spitty. I don't know what it could be. That's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Coins. I don't know. But if you're in there, Klopp could get sacked. Nah, I doubt it, mate. I'm not sure about that. You never know, mate. Yep, 4-1. Let me catch with the comments. I moved from Wimbledon. I'm hearing things that there's going to be a blackout in winter due to what's going on with the energy. So keep an eye on that, everyone.
Get a generator, mate? That's what we need. Especially generator.
And those people who made all the money out of COVID, they're on it, mate. Ringing their mates up in China, mate. Can you rustle a couple up with £5 a tipper? What I'm going to do now, Frankie, and you're going to laugh at me. I've got 2 fans coming next week. I'm kitting that for next year, mate. I'm getting those wall fans in the kitchen, 2 other rooms, and then I'm going to think about the aircon for the main couple of rooms.
We have gone a bit weird, and I've just asked to get this put into our house, but you can have your own energy, like with warmth and everything else. I'm getting one of these wood burners put in because. Mate, it's nice as well. Like, there's nothing better than a real fire, burning away. It's lovely. The smell it makes.
You got chimney, open chimney.
Nah, but when you get one of them wood burners, you can get the metal tubes that go straight out, can't you?
Oh, okay. I got a chimney. We don't use it. I got like an electric fake fire, and turn that on.
But we should be a little bit more self-sufficient. The problem is we're too lazy now as a society. It's just push a button, light comes on. Turn your central heating on, it comes on. Turn it up, it gets hotter. We're just a bit lazy, mate.
I know my cousins put solar panel on, but then solar panel, Frankie, you're not going to get your money back for 15 years on solar panel.
No, it's a long time.
Can't be.
I probably would have done it when them grants were around to just get it put in and you didn't pay anything for it. I probably would have done it for the sake of doing that. But you're supposed to be able to store energy you generate that you don't use, aren't you? But then you can bill it back to the energy companies. But they've now put a cap on how much they will pay you for the energy. So where you could have really sort of reaped a reward all of a sudden because you could sell the energy back to the energy companies, now they've capped it. The upside ain't quite as good as it used to be. So, mate, they always find a way around things, don't they? It don't matter what you do. It is what it is.
It is. Victor, how you doing, sir? I would play Kara right back. Kofel for me. Yeah, fair comment. All welcome, all comments. I don't know. He might be a big game player, Kofel. He was all right, Chelsea. When he's all right. When he.
No, he wasn't. Both
Oh,
goals come down his side, mate.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Then we didn't pay much for him anyway, did we, Victor? So not much of a loss to worry about. He's only on £20 a week. Catches the bus. Didn't he? That was a funny story. He replied to that, didn't he? He's like, listen, I wasn't catching the bus. It's like mum and dad got lost at the airport and I was trying to get That was hilarious when his photo went viral at the bus stop. Do you remember that a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
I think if Noble got a place in... Yeah, the thing with Nobles, I was saying, listen, he's not coming back as a coach, everyone. He's not coming back. And any time... He's going to be ambassador in a couple of years' time. He's enjoying life. He's got a lot of businesses outside football. He doesn't have to. And no, he's not going to be that dugout person, as far as I know, Frankie.
No, he won't be, mate. No, I don't think so.
Cheers, Lee. Hope you're doing well, sir. I'll tell you what, though. What is it? How many games have we played? Let me put the league table up quickly, just for my benefit. 6 games. 6 games. Played 1-1, drawn 1. Okay. So Forest, Leicester below us. Villa, Everton. I'll tell you what, thank God we won that one, Frankie. Villa. Whoa, that could have gone. They got goal chalked off, didn't they, mate?
But this is it. It's so easy for everyone to go, oh, but if it weren't the VAR, we'd be 13th. Well, what if we hadn't nicked that dodgy fluke goal against Aston Villa? It works both ways, mate.
They had a goal chalked off, mate. I thought that was a goal, but obviously it wasn't. It wasn't by a mile. Palace.
It was close. It was close, mate. It weren't. They didn't really show an angle where it was, you could see it. It was close.
I tell you what, looking at the league and the teams, no, we're going to be all right. I'm looking at the teams like, we
will be all right. Those signings will get us over the line. The signings will get us over the line. The signings will make us just below mid.
But then, those David Moyes fans, you shouldn't start having a go at us like we're just saying it the way we're calling it. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But Frankie knows those guys are going to. But I'll tell you something though, right? With the money being spent, I know Frankie said it ain't a lot, but for some people it is. If we finish, I say, bottom 10 or 10th or 9th, I'm telling you the board ain't going to be happy with that. I tell you right now. That is the thing to look out for. You might finish 9th and think David's done a great job. Not for the board, I tell you that right now. He's got to match what he done last season, isn't he, Frankie, for me? 7th, 8th.
Well, he always talks about how we've got to find that extra few points to the 2 seasons ago. It was to get in the Champions League. This season, it's to get into the Europa League again. He always talks about finding these extra points, and we always start off worse than the season before. So he's got to start showing improvement and not decline. And at the moment, it's all been decline. So he's got to show that we can start kicking on, and he's got to kick on fast, mate, like soon. Yeah,
Frankie, as soon as you're ready to finish, let me know. We finish in 5 minutes. It's up to you now. Yeah,
okay.
It's totally in your ball. We've done 1 hour 20, which is lots. So
that long already.
Yeah, so let me know. Wow. They're loving it in the chat. Cornet, of course. I mean, anyone can see it, Danny. Anyone can see it, mate. Over Bowen. I want Antonio in Bowen's spot, but people are telling me Cornet can play. I thought he's left wing. He's not right wing.
Yeah,
it's left all the way, Danny. I want him to, and again, that header that hit the post, if he was a little bit warmed up, it goes in. But then Antonio, listen, I have to always be fair. That goal, Antonio hit that would have been.
Yeah, Cornet's left, mate, left.
Yeah, he's left,
and always been left. He doesn't play right,
and we must not keep doing that to people. So, like I quickly summarised before, I don't want to bore anyone, but it was Antonio and Bowen fighting for the right wing spot. Benrahma, Paqueta for that number 10. Cornet for Nails for left wing. And that's the problem. I wanted another big lump with Scamacca to back him when he's not there. But obviously people think someone else should play up there and it'd be all right. So hopefully in January. But then will we not buy anyone? Is the West Ham way, Frankie, in January? Don't buy. No
We
one
don't
at
buy in
all.
January, do we? We don't. We just don't.
No, I think we've got to give Newcastle respect. Their fans, they're going to be in your face. They're going to be loud. They're going to be doing all kind of things we know they do. But it is what it is. Last season we were 19th minutes. Oh, is it 19 minutes we gave to youth players? Yeah. So the youth
19th
teams
in minutes. We were like the second to last team, basically.
Whoa.
In the Premier League.
Well, see, when you have I believe the managers that catch up with the owners, I don't know, once a month, you should bring those points up on the board if you know what's going on. I don't want to say nothing on that yet, Epic, because I've never seen a player released recently that's shown that way. Ashby, I see a lot of good things in him. Hopefully, yeah, I'll definitely keep him, give him a run. Evening, Adrian. How you doing, mate? I think so, mate. It's a big thing, isn't it? But you never know. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, mate. Kloppy, baby. Let's look at the scores quickly while I'm on here. See what's going on, mate. I'm just going to refresh the main news page in the background and see if anything new's come out. No, nothing going on at the moment. Difficult game. What do you think the crowd will be tomorrow, mate? What do you reckon?
You can see it, can't you? When you go online and you can choose your ticket, you can see it's like half empty. So it's not great.
Frankie's going to have his legs up like that, chilling out. Oh, mate. What's it like around where you sit? Like, don't tell us where you sit, but what the people around you. Is it good laugh? It's all right?
I sit in all sorts of places, don't I? So I float around, but our normal seats are poor, but they're the cheapest tickets. So it's like £320 a season or whatever it is. So it's cheap. Okay. So you can't argue with that. Lewandowski hat-trick, mate. Barcelona 4 now. I mean, for a 34-year-old to turn it on like he does, mate, is unbelievable.
I'll tell you what. Again, you know I'm obsessed with Tottenham. Since that sending off, they've done nothing. Nothing at all. Hit the post, gone there. But I don't want to be right about a penalty, and I'm going to go nuts. But yeah, 4-1.
I think you called it good.
Yeah, because we've seen it in life with Tottenham, Harry Kane, and people like that. Yeah. To Shells, no, you guys, no. Klopp, do you reckon? No. Klopp's getting a statue built out there, mate. Forget that. Nah. Pack up, but rum is the only thing. Alcohol is the only thing that hasn't gone up in price. It's gone down. It's weird. I thought you used grains, Frankie, to make beer and cider.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Stock up while it's £13 a bottle, mate. Stock up. Yeah, he won't. I just think in the modern game, even when Moyes came in, you can only hope they did a good job for 2 years. Don't expect 10, 15, Alex Fergie, Wenger and Lyle. No one's going to do that. 2 years. And then don't give out stupid 4-5 year contracts to board. But maybe they haven't got choice. I know that Alan Pardew had a silly 6 year contract, wasn't it, at Newcastle?
Yeah.
Don't know about that. Tom Huddleston. Don't know. Evening. How you doing? It is the same setup, the same players, mate. It's shocking, isn't it, mate? It's shocking. Chelsea, where you didn't go, did you, Frank? I can't even play that. Night.
No, mate, I didn't go to Chelsea. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't.
Mark, hard to say, isn't it, for me, Mark? Hard to say for me, but I do like. I
struggle to understand what his role is, mate. If I'm honest with you, it's a weird old situation. That one, really weird.
Yeah, I like to see strong number twos that are in the ear of the boss, and you got the other boy, and I don't know what's going on. And Piercy keeps coming back on the odd day and on Talk Sport.
It's a really strange one, mate. Strange one.
Do you feel that Nolan's gone into a shell, mate, recently? Nolan, I don't know.
He's still on that sideline a little bit. You always see him talking
at the end, hugging. Yeah.
You always see him with his arm around them, showing them the instructions and all that. He's still there.
If Moyes got sacked tomorrow, you think Nolan will be the caretaker? I'm not sure.
Quite possibly.
Because he's been a county manager, isn't he? He was a county manager.
I mean, but everyone's thinking Warburton's the man, so.
With respect and rest in peace, Mr. Roeder. It reminds me of that time then. I didn't want Roeder there. It was a complete... I was very upset that time and shocked. Because I think we went in for Alex McLeish and Steve McLaren and they said no or something happened. But I don't want to go back to that situation. I'll tell you what, Victor, with the money, Barcelona 5-1 against, that team, whatever they call it.
If we win a cup, like the gentleman is explaining here, then I will get David Moyes' face tattooed on my arm.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No,
we win the cup, I promise you. We win. I get David Moyes' face tattooed. And do you remember the one with the curly hair when he was about 17? No, you're not. Orange. I'll get that one tattooed on my arm.
No, you got to ask for wishes.
I'll do it.
No, don't. I don't. No, not doing that. No.
I am.
You put it at the bottom of your foot.
I will love him forever if he wins us a trophy, forever and ever.
And that includes a conference, yeah? You're fine with that, yeah?
Yeah, any trophy. I don't care what it is. If he wins us a cup, then David Moyes will forever be my hero.
Right. So where will the tattoo go?
Straight on the main bottom part of my arm, with and that really dodgy young teenager.
With those dodgy teeth in that. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have that one done. With Super David Moyes over the top.
Oh my God! I'm gonna find that photo now. I'm gonna find it now, and I'm gonna work out how the hell you get that. Right, let's go to the next comment. Kenny, Danny, I didn't know that, mate. Kenny, that is the one. Those Mickey takers
on the there's a website which sort of shows you a heat map of the games in the positions they've played in. It shows virtually 0 for playing on the right. So he might be able to play there, but it's showing that he hasn't very often played there. So don't know. Mark, arm or arse, mate. I don't care where. Yeah, that's the one. That one, I will have it done.
Is that really him?
Yeah. Oh, no. Tottenham. Don't do it.
Yes, have a look.
That's all I've ever wanted from football, mate, is for West Ham to win a trophy. It's all I've ever wanted.
Told you, didn't I? Told you. Yeah, who scored? Don't even know his name.
Richarlison.
Right. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, let me close that down. Let me quickly go through the comments and then we'll close off. Rude, Drainhole, we've had to. I think we need another 3 and I'll be so happy. No complaints from me then. Another 3. Skamaka back up. Right back, if I'm not sure, right back, I'm not happy with that situation, Frankie, at the moment. I don't know how we fill it. CDM, that's 3. Yeah, CDM, Skamaka back up. I'll be all right with that. Because we've got 2 left backs. But then in the summer, Kresi's gone, then you buy another one, don't you, mate? Maybe a bit. Yeah. But we ain't like that. We don't run like a machinery, slick machinery like that. That's not West Ham. That is not West Ham, mate. I tell you what, again, I'm going off tangent. I'm dying for pie and mash. Seriously. I got chatting to, Ginger Carroll that used to be on the channel a lot. He's been in hospital, but it's all well. He's going to be discharged today. He was. Ginger Carroll. I was in discussions with him. I said I'm going to drive down to Dagenham and take him out for full English or pie and mash. And that's because I love food. And I ain't had pie and mash in ages, Frankie. I need pie and mash. And I'm that kind of guy where I live. I'll drive 30 miles to the best place. What's the last time you had pie and mash, Frankie?
Not that long ago, because I've got that one that does the takeaway down here. So I do try and have it but it's not the same. It's not as nice when it's fresh.
I need pie and mash. Yeah. I'm gonna.
There used to be where we walked the other night, when we went to the game the other night.
Where
we crossed over the road. and there was that pub that's now shut down. When that pub was open, they used to have a pie and mash stall in the car park there. So as we was walking down, we'd always grab a tray of pie and mash, which was blinding, but gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're going to have to go where I think you recommended one a bit, obviously outside the area a bit, but I've got the barrels in before. Good luck. Oh, Jameson. That was on, I got the special edition, didn't I? Drain Hole, 2 of them, £18 a bottle. I'm not going to drink them. They're up there and wherever. Stop it. Stop it. Take out that L and you are a good German brand, aren't you? Bosch. Are you Bosch? Yeah, you are. No, let's watch that. No, we can't say anything yet. Let's watch that. But why doesn't anyone touch Simeone, mate? It's weird, isn't it? No one goes near him. Grainhole thinks he says something naughty there. Look, I don't think so. You didn't say that word, did you, Frank?
Well, like I said, mate, if he wins a trophy, I'll have it. We'll vote on it. We'll vote on whether they want it there or on the arm. I don't care. I would do anything for West Ham to win a trophy. Anything.
I thought Richarlison looked bloody rapid when he came on for us, mate. And we had Oggy coming on same time. At home, but there you go. Oh, mate. I'll tell you what, you don't know this, Deb. All right, you obviously saw the Chelsea show and me. I was freaking out about the same at the Tottenham game. I had to leave 40 minutes. I couldn't handle it anymore. And then I came back and then, yeah, it's weird. Now, Ballard, how you doing, matey? Another English talent gone abroad to make a career. Who's that? Marcus Edwards. Who's he then? Marcus Edwards, Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon, great academy for bringing players through. Oh, Walton on the knees, decent pie and mash. I need pie and mash. I'm going to try to give my other mate a message, but I don't think he's doing it anymore. I need pie and mash, seriously. I go through these phases. I don't know meat and chips or pie. When I get those little things like, oh shit, I think it's 2. My thing's flashing.
No.
It's 2.
No, it is.
I'm going to switch that whole thing. I don't know about it. Right.
It's enough football for the evening.
No, that's the end. We don't know. We don't exist.
Richarlison again, mate. It's a club who had what they reckon, and I don't agree with this comment, but some people say is the best front three in the Premier League, and they went and signed another one in Richarlison. And that's when you're ambitious and when you want to go and do something as a football club, mate. That's the type of behaviour you need. That's what it's about.
What it is, we know Daniel Levy. He dominates the club. Poch was too weak to get what he wanted. One thing with Mourinho, one thing with Conte, they're always going to be bigger than the owners in that relationship. So when you hire Conte, you hire Mourinho, you need to look at your purse, and it needs to be big, right? Because they're not going to look at you for a lot. They're in it for 2 years. They'll win you trophies, like Frankie's saying, and that's what club wants. And then it's up to you to pull the money out, give them what they want. It could go the other way easily, but you've just got to risk it, in head or tails. That's 50-50, winning a trophy, or you buy 70 million, 80, and then nothing happens. But I like Frankie. I like people who've got something about them. They've got that something about them, that you want on that touch. If we can shout at some of these people, but if you got Conte as my manager, I'll be loving it. Passion. Listen, it is what it is, and people like Mourinho, I'll be like in heaven, mate. I'll be so happy. And the only thing with Mourinho, Frankie, is the football, mate. That's the only thing, isn't it? The football.
Again, I really don't care as long as you win something, mate. That is my sacrifice. I don't care what. I'm happy with Moyes' brand of football if we win something, mate. None of it bothers me. Just win something. That's all that matters. So,
right, we're closing down in 2 minutes. You get your final questions in. You got 2 minutes, and then we're giving Frankie his evening back. And then, looks like my miss is going to come back late from King's Cross Eurostar at some point. And then you had your tea, lunch, dinner, all that, all done, mate? All done?
Yeah, mate. Lasagna tonight, son. Nice bit of lasagna.
One of my favourites. I love that. That is always one of the 3 things I order when I go to an Italian.
Yeah, bit of lasagna, bit of salad, mate. They worked a treat. That was done. And yeah, nice cup of tea I had a minute ago, but I'll probably have another one. And then got
bit late for tea, isn't it? A bit late for tea, isn't it? No?
I have decaf this time of night, my man. Bit of decaf tea. Well, mate, we're built on tea. The problem is we don't drink enough tea anymore. If we all drunk tea, if Moyes drunk tea, if the players drunk more tea, everything would be all right.
I don't know if you like history, but what I do all day, you know, when I've got gaps in my bloody life, is I love podcasts, Spotify, and I listen to history is my favourite subject, and been looking into the history, the tea history, all the trade routes of the Silk Route and all that from the old empire. It's so interesting to me how we got in. And I was reading about or listening to how the coffee houses came to London. It's really interesting, like how it developed and how it's compared to the gin palaces we used to have.
Yeah.
Your type of people, Frankie, coffee houses, business people got together, discussed business before. And that's how the stock market happened, on the back of the coffee houses. Like, get your news in early, who you know, really interesting, mate. Yeah,
interesting, mate.
But the early coffee was really in poor shape. So, final question, yeah. Oh, mate, you get me hungry, mate. Oh, matey.
See, Mr. The old drain old air, he's on the Thatcher's age. Believe me, mate, I'm half day tomorrow. I will be going over to West Ham. Last game, West Ham at home, which Jas met me for. We was over there for 3 o'clock. We started drinking at 3. I didn't leave until 3 o'clock in the morning. I was still in Stratford at 3 o'clock in the morning and got an Uber home. So my day tomorrow will be fueled with a lot of alcohol and a lot of...
Have you checked your calendar next day? You haven't got nothing too early. Have you? No meetings early. Have you? Next
I always
day?
keep Friday free, my man. Always keep Friday clear. Never anything on a Friday. So I'm all clear. I know I'm all clear. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be a heavy one. So I'll stick on the old decaf tonight, and then I'll have a nice wake up tomorrow morning. Whack on the old Centre Force radio on DAB. Listen to the old morning show with Andy Swallow and Mickey Moore and live from Tenerife. I'll have a bit of that. And then get over to West Ham, mate.
Is Andy in Tenerife, is he?
Yeah.
I went Tenerife. Oh, I'll show you the pictures. I went to Tenerife Hammers Bar. I watched us lose to Bournemouth, mate, 3-4 years ago under Pellegrini. I met all the old boys there. Got lovely photos with him. And he goes, come here, son. We can do proper doubles here. Like rum. Yeah, I got the 2 boys. I'll show you the photos. We were all there, Tenerife. I know someone there at the moment. Oh, that's brilliant. And they got their own Facebook page as well. But the next day when I've had a few, so on the Friday morning, if I was you, Frankie, I need a full English, a bacon sandwich, or, I need something fish and chips at lunchtime, mate. Soak it all up, mate. That's what I need. But thanks again, Frankie, for joining, sir. Appreciate your time. We will be on tomorrow evening with after the game. Hopefully Irish Tommy or Matt will pick some of them up, and then we'll catch up with you next couple of days, mate. How many games? Last question for Frankie. He's got the month, 4 games, 5 games.
Yeah, I think 4 is right. I think if you're still in the position where we are after that, then I think there's going to be a big discussion to have. But we shall see.
Right, you take care. Get ready for tomorrow. Yeah.
No worries, mate. I will see you all again very soon. And mate, let me know when you're getting over there next, and we'll meet up.
Fulham at the moment. Any sooner I'll let you know. Fulham, tickets are done for Fulham. Any sooner I'll let you know. Yeah, Fulham definitely.
See you later on, mate.
Take care.